Hello students, this is our 13th lecture and the topic of the lecture is subject and predicate. To understand these two terms, we should go ahead. The first point is that sentence should be studied first to know the idea of subject and predicate. It means if we want to understand the terms of the subject and the predicate, we should see at first the meaning of the sentence. Meaning of the sentence means what is the sentence or how is sentence created or how is sentence made. This should be at first we should see. So what is the sentence? A sentence is a group of words. What is the point? A sentence is a group of words which gives complete sense. What is the point here? A group of words. It means that the sentence is a group of words. Means words come together and they make a sentence. They create a sentence. That is called a group of words, or that is called the sentence is a group of words. But this group means this sentence gives a complete meaning. A complete meaning. It means that every sentence gives us a complete meaning. If the sentence doesn't give a complete meaning, that is not called a sentence. So what is a sentence? A group of words which gives us a complete meaning is a sentence. So for example, Sima works always in her garden. Sima works always in her garden. This is our sentence. In this sentence, Sima works in her garden. So Sima is a subject. Because the subject makes an action in the sentence. And that's why here Sima is working in her garden, means she is doing the action of working in her garden. That's why this Sima is the subject there. Second is works. Second is the works. The second word is works. So works is a verb. Why? Because this works is showing us the action of the subject. Means the verb always shows the action of the subject. Means what the subject does in the sentence is told by the verb. And here Sima, what Sima does? Sima works. What Sima does? Sima works. So works is the verb there, because this verb is or word is telling here the action of Sima, and that's why works is a verb there. Then there is one word always. Always is the adverb there. Always is the adverb there. Why? Because always means what? Again and again, again and again, frequently. So again and again and frequently, such type of words are called adverbs. So always is the adverb. Is the adverb. And this always is showing the manner of working of Sima in this sentence, and that's why always is the adverb there. And in her garden is the again phrase. the part of the sentence. So this part of the sentence is the object or the objective phrase or the complement. Because why it is the complement? Because it is complementing, it is supporting, it is helping helping the sentence to get the proper meaning. That's why in her garden is the complement, or in her garden is also the object, because this Sima is working in the garden, in her garden. So she is making the action on the garden also, and that's why this in her garden is the object or the objective phrase. Why has this sentence a complete sense? That is the next point. Why has this sentence a complete sense? This is the next point. So this sentence has a complete sense because this sentence is given in the SVOC pattern. This sentence is given in the SVOC pattern. Because there is yes, yes means subject, there is V means verb, there is object, it means there is O means object is there, C means complement means the helping verbs are also there. That's why this sentence is given in the SVOC pattern, and that's why this is the sentence. So what is the definition of the sentence now? The sentence is the sentence which is given in the SVOC pattern. This is the definition of the sentence. The second point is that sentence means such a group of words which is in the SVOC pattern and it gives the complete sense or complete meaning. So it is called a sentence. But when we think of this sentence, in this sentence there are some phrases, and such phrases cannot be the sentence. The phrases which come in the sentence are not called the sentence. Why? Because the phrases do not give a complete meaning. Because a phrase is only a part of a sentence. It is not the total sentence. And that's why a part cannot give a complete meaning. For example, there is a tree. And the tree is total. The tree is actually total. But the twig or the branch of the tree cannot be a total meaning of the tree. In the same way here, the sentence has a complete meaning, but the phrase has no complete meaning, and so the phrases cannot be the sentences, or the phrases cannot have the complete meaning. So which are the phrases? For example, in the garden, at 5 o'clock, to go there, where, at 5 o'clock, when, who, in the garden, where, why, means all these questions are created there, and these phrases do not give us the complete meaning, and that's why I will say here that these phrases cannot be the complete sentences. These phrases give the complete meaning when we combine them with subject and verb. What is now the point? These phrases give us the complete meaning when we add them to the subject or verb. It means when we add them into the sentence. Means by adding them into the sentence, the phrases get the meaning. And if the phrases are alone in isolation, or they are different from the sentence, or they are at one place, or we have written them as a single phrases, then definitely those phrases have no any kind of complete meaning. If we want the complete meaning to the phrases should be added to the sentence. That is called the next point, or this is the main focus. I got up at 5 o'clock. This is the sentence. I got up at 5 o'clock. Now, if we break this sentence into two parts, means I got up, we will take I got up here and we will take at 5 o'clock there. So, I got up, this has the meaning because there is the subject and there is got up verb. So, this is the sentence because yes and we when come together it becomes a sentence. But when the phrase comes, that phrase alone or isolated phrase or alone phrase or separate phrase do not give the complete meaning, and that's why at 5 o'clock this phrase will not give us the complete meaning. Now these phrases got the complete meaning, so it is clear that the SVOC combination gives the sentence only, senseful sentence only. What is the explanation now? These phrases have gone the meaning now because of the combination of these phrases into the sentence, and that's why they have got the complete meaning. So if we want to give the complete meaning to the phrases, we should add them to the sentence to give us the senseful sentence. Any group cannot be a sentence. Any group means phrases we can say, or suppose a word can be there, a big word can be there. So any group cannot be the sentence. If we want a sentence, then that group should have a complete sense, or that group should have a complete meaning or sense. Then this group is called the sentence. But only any group or any type of group cannot be the sentence. The group which makes a complete sense is called the sentence. What is called the sentence? The group which gives a complete meaning is called the sentence. Thus, a phrase is complete in meaning and a sentence is complete in meaning. What is the point? The sentence comes into the complete meaning and the phrase also comes into the complete meaning when we combine them with each other. And if we put them rather different, for example, if the phrase is put away from the sentence, or S and V, yes and we, just we discuss that yes and we create a sentence. If that phrase is put away from the subject and verb, then that phrase will not give us the proper meaning. And so my point is that here the phrase cannot be a sentence, because the phrase is only a part of a sentence. The phrase cannot be a sentence. It is only the part of a sentence, and it gets meaning when it is mixed into the sentence. When it is mixed into the sentence, that is the important thing. Now, subject and predicate we can understand as follows. The important point of our discussion is subject and predicate, because we cannot understand the subject and predicate without a sentence. And so we discussed the sentence, we discussed the phrases, and then now we have come to the last point of our discussion, that is called the subject and predicate. So what is called the subject and what is called the predicate? So we will discuss that in every sentence there is a subject and there is a predicate. So we will take two examples. The first example is I teach in the college. I teach in the college. So I is the subject here. I is the subject here because I teach. I teach means I do the action. So I is the subject. And teach in the college. Teach in the college. This is the predicate because verb and the remaining part to the end of the sentence is called the predicate. This predicate talks about the subject and the subject talks about the predicate. So this is the unison, or this is the group of these two, means this is the group of the subject and predicate. And so we prepare also a sentence with the help of the subject and the predicate. Then second sentence is here is that she loves her husband. What is this second sentence? She loves her husband. So if we analyze this sentence, analyze, I will say now analyze. Analyze means what? Analysis. When we will do the analysis of this sentence. How analysis? What type of analysis? In the sense of the subject and predicate. If we will analyze this sentence in the sense of the subject and predicate, we will say that she is the subject and loves her husband is the predicate. Why? Because just we discussed that always the subject is subject, because the subject does the action in the subject, in the sentence, and the predicate talks about the subject, and that's why the predicate is the verb and the remaining part to the last of the sentence, and the subject means the first word, the head word, or the word which is doing the action in the sentence is the subject. So one sentence has two parts. The first part is the subject and the second part is the predicate. So again I will say subject is the word which does the action in the sentence, and predicate is the group of words which talks about the subject. In this way, subject and predicate makes a sentence, and if we analyze these sentences, then we can analyze as the subject and as the predicate. So today we have finished our topic called subject and predicate. Again I will request you to remain in home because of this corona, because this corona has got up people are not sleeping in houses. In day and night people are thinking of their lives. Many many women have died because of this corona, and when we go outside, the lanes and everything is totally empty. We cannot see any person or any animal there, because animals are also have got the fear, as if I say. And so this corona has been a demon for us, a Satan for us. So we should keep ourselves away from this demon, this devil. So we should be away from this. We should remain only at in homes, and we should help the government, and we should help the humanity. I hope that all my students will be in houses, at houses or homes, or in homes or houses, and they will help the government. Thank you, thank you, thank you.